fans as on your way to the locker room. What was that moment like for you, especially knowing that they've been critical of you at times this year?
I had some buddies from back home I saw, so I was going to say hi to them. It was fun.
What does it mean to win this game against this opponent, just knowing how tough they've been across the board forever? They've been a measuring stick at some times for Iowa, but to come back and to win and then grab the ball, run off the field, and jump around and everything.
Yeah, it was great. It's funny because the game in 20 was really sweet. It was a great game for, a lot of guys that played in that have really fond memories, but there's no fans. And that's the one downside of that game 2 years ago. So it felt really good to win this one at home, and just to get that trophy that seemingly was always over there for beginning part of my career and over the last 10 years. It seems so. Really great to get the win, and just really happy for our program.
I believe you're the first Iowa quarterback since Stanzi to beat Wisconsin twice in his career. What's that mean for you?
That's cool. It's obviously, it's a team effort. I'm a byproduct of, our success is the team's success. But yeah, that's cool. It means we're doing something right as a program. It's good.
How challenging was it to call plays and when they're rushing so effectively off the edge? Obviously, Herbig was a huge part of that, but it seemed like eventually you guys figured some stuff out.
Yeah, it was definitely, it's challenging. Just schematically they present some issues. Just you know what they're going to do. It's still challenging to beat it. I thought that we settled it in the second half just with some movement throws. I had pretty poor rhythm. I felt like third quarter especially, just because it felt like it was it just didn't have great rhythm. But we were able to get back on track, and obviously with some big plays on defense allowed us to kind of get into some more just easy stuff in the pass game, just because especially third down they can present some really challenging looks. That's where they get all these QBs that they play is they really mess with the quarterback's eyes, and when they're in nickel packages they move guys around quite a bit post snap. So I thought we did a really nice job from a game planning perspective of trying to limit that and just keep them as vanilla as we could, and that helped, and just good to get a win.
You went quick on the goal line. Was that just something you guys have been working on, just kind of going quick? Did you think Caleb got in first and then?
I did. He definitely got in. I guess they called him forward progress. He was definitely in from my view, which was right there. But yeah, we've done that a few times. The quick sneak. So it's good to get in, good to get points on the board, and I feel bad, man. I steal these touchdowns from these running backs sometimes, but I'm not complaining about it.
Spencer, earlier in the year, you were a little bit critical of you guys just not taking advantage of the opportunities when you put yourselves in the red zone or whatnot, but it seems like over the last 3 weeks we've seen just more and more progress in that area. Even tonight, the yardage wasn't probably where you guys want it to be, but you took advantage of the scoring opportunities when you got it.
Yeah, and that's obviously credit to our defense and special teams for giving us short fields, and anytime they do that, we need to execute, because that's it's a gift, right? It's really helpful when either of those units can do that. I think we had it on a plus 40 once and didn't do much, but correct me if I'm wrong, but I think the rest of them we were able to execute, at least get some points on the board when we had a short field, and that's how it needs to be. And especially when you play a defense like Wisconsin, where every yard is going to be hard to come by. Getting a short field, off a turnover or whatever is really helps, and it's just great team football.
You've probably gone against Cooper DeJean a lot in practice. Is that what you see? What do you see from him?
Yeah, I think I told the story earlier in the year, but it's funny because the first week and a half of camp, we were getting after him. I felt like he might. I don't know if you guys are talking to him, but he might disagree. But then by the second week of camp, he started picking off some throws that he wasn't before, and started making some plays that he hadn't been making. And I think once he started to really get comfortable and figure it all out, he started really showing up and being a guy that I had to be aware of in camp. So yeah, I definitely say once once camp got rolling, he started making a lot of really nice plays, and
Is it
it's awesome.
athleticism or awareness? Is athleticism or awareness, or what do you think?
I think he's you know, he's very opportunistic. Just he's got great ball skills. You know, like he's gonna catch the ball if the quarterback gives him a chance. I also think just he's really fast, and he was playing primarily you know, our cash spot during camp, and just his ability once he you know figured out how we were attacking him, and just he was just able to make some really nice plays on that you know not many guys do. So I'd say it's a combination of the two. He's got great awareness and really fast and great ball skills.
Did any of your conversations at the Manning Academy pay off for you today with another Big Ten quarterback?
I don't know. Well, the big thing, you know, I thought we did a nice job game planning wise of just staying away from, you know, their number 15, John. I played in high school actually. My senior year, we beat their ass. He does a really good job. You know, he's the guy they free up, right? It's the classic boundary safety. You know, on third down, he plays field too, but you know, Coach Leonard likes to just let him roam, let him be free. And I think that in a lot of ways, teams get in trouble because you know he'll on the snap he'll show you cover two and then drop right down and it's not cover two, and on tape that it showed up that he was getting guys like that. So for the most part, we stayed away from him, stayed away from the stuff that you know could potentially I could get fooled, stuff like that. And yeah, you know I talked to Aiden after our game and just asking him what you know what he thought. And he gave me some nice pointers, so it's good.
One or two more?
Last week you pointed out how 2 weeks before that we kind of left you all for dead. How does it feel now to have 3 straight wins and kind of prove us all wrong?
Feels good to be winning. Yeah, I hope you guys didn't. You know, it wasn't a slight to you guys. It's just it was more just a point of that. You know, football is a long game. November is a long month, and it's a long way to get there. And you know, we seem to be continuing to improve, and I say that just because of our last 3 wins. You know, we continue to keep winning, and that's the goal. And you know, we've got 2 more, and just got to keep it going because we've got really nice momentum right now, and I feel like we're playing really, you know, great team football. It seems.
Is there something about this team and this time of year that allows you to take off? Because I mean, you were a redshirt freshman the last time you lost, and that was by 2 points over there.
Mm-hmm.
In this month, in November, is
Yep.
there something that correlates over the years?
Yeah, you know, I'd say, you know, it's all our head coach. Our head coach does a great job of you know, throughout the year, right? I think we put, I never played anywhere else, but I think we put a ton of emphasis, maybe more than other teams, into that it's a long race and that you have to continue improving week to week. Because really, you know, a good team should be peaking in November. And you do that by just compound interest of months and months of work. And yeah, you know, I think that's kind of been a cornerstone, or I don't know, that's not the right word, but it's been something our teams have done recently, and we've got to continue doing it because it pays off. You know, this is when the games really count, and when you know, the chips are on the line. So,
were you aware, or what is your level of awareness that you're tied for first place and you can probably win the division?
Yeah, well, you know, we found out. I found out after the game that Purdue beat Illinois. You know, and I don't know. I think it's a total waste of time just for us to think about that, only because we have to beat a good Minnesota team and a good Nebraska team coming up here. You know, obviously you play Big Ten football to win your division, and you know, having that you know, maybe more in the picture than it was a few weeks ago is great. But you know, I think the second that we set our sights at that, we're doing ourselves a disservice. We're going to, you know, you can't do that. You got to focus on beating Minnesota, because the second you start looking at the standings and all that shit, like you lose to Minnesota, great, it's over. So just got to keep our focus on what's important.
All right.